You all need to understand something. When we come on here, 98% of the time, we are happy as pigs in shit. We're just like, Ashley's one of the most positive people I know. And we just come flying on here like
bats out of hell, just like, hello.
Like bats out of hell. We're like, we're doing it. We're podcasting. And as we were getting ready to record this, Ashley and I have been in a bit of a mood. And initially I was like, you go on there and you fake it. You fake it. You fake happiness. You fake joy. You fake thankfulness and gratefulness. And then as we just came on here, I was like, you know what?
Fuck that.
No. Because
shit ass mood really did come from and I need to talk about this because it's something that fucking drives me. So
tell me.
There is a missing girl in Ottawa. She's 14. She's 14, okay? This girl has went missing. And I am, my thing is human trafficking. I worry about these things all the fucking time.
Yeah.
To the point, like, to my detriment, because it, like, haunts me. I just think it's, like, the most horrible thing and the most terrifying thing, especially when it comes to kids. Anyways, I'm online and I see a post, I think it was on Instagram, about this girl. And it's a photo of her. And she's wearing a black and white sweater. It's the police photo, like the release, press release.
Like they're, hey, look out for this girl.
This girl. And it's a black, like, hoodie with, like, white Playboy bunnies on it. Whatever, it's a sweater, okay? Now, I'm like, oh, I wonder if she's been found, blah, blah, blah. So I'm reading farther into this and I'm starting to read the comments of people.
I was going to say, you went into the comments, didn't you?
And somehow people were not worried about where this 14-year-old child is. They were more concerned about the fact that she's wearing a Playboy bunny sweater.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, and being so, I don't know, is it we're desensitized because this shit happens every day, but, like, to the point where, and I am one of those people that can happily scroll past something I don't like. I'm not like a troll online that gets involved.
No.
But I lost it. And I went on there and I was like, you guys are sitting there talking about what kind of parents would let their child wear this sweater. Look at the sweater she's wearing. She's obviously a runaway. Look at how she wears her hair. Look at the way she's dressed. She's a troubled kid. And I'm just like, the fuck are you guys talking about? There is a missing child. You don't know anything about her.
Yeah,
you don't know anything about her family.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about earlier. You don't know anything about why she's in that sweatshirt. First of all, if her mom bought that for her, Karen, go home. Right? Nobody cares. I don't care if a 14-year-old sees a Playboy bunny sweatshirt and is like, I want that. And the mom is like, oh, yeah, all right. I don't care. I don't care. Okay.
Right.
Secondly, you don't know what's going on. Maybe they don't have money for new clothes and maybe they got a bag of free clothing and it was in there. And
what if it was her siblings? And, like, maybe she really liked it. Who
and
cares?
It doesn't care.
The shit we wore when we were, maybe not you, but, like, me.
No, but even still, I don't know how to get this across. And we talk about this so often. There's an exhibit, actually, that I hope that anyone who has ever criticized, something that someone was wearing before they were attacked or raped or anything like that. There's an exhibit that I hope everyone looks up. And I'm going to look for it and I'm going to share it. And it's called What I Was Wearing. And it's literally, and it gives me chills every time I think about this, because it's literally a warehouse and you walk in and instead of art on the walls, it's the outfit that women and men were wearing when they were assaulted. There's wedding dresses, there's onesies, there's Mennonite clothing, cap included. So get out of here.
Fuck. Anyways, like, there is a missing child and no one, people were like, well, people go missing every day.
Wow.
Wow. Because if it
Yeah.
was your child, your loved one,
Yeah. Yeah.
fucking
No,
assholes.
this remains, and like we are spicy today. If you haven't already guessed, keep your comments to yourself.
Right? The fuck?
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. If you are
No.
not contributing, honestly, unless it's, hey, I saw a girl that looks like this at such and such a place,
Shut the fuck up.
or hey, family, how can I help you out in this time? Do you
Yeah.
need help searching? Just don't. Just don't. Keep your comments to yourself. Nobody cares. You're a nobody.
Yeah. Fuck.
Anyway.
Anyway, that was the rant for the day.
So now you know the type of triggers you're getting today.
But I am going to say I'm coming at you with something a little different, something fun for October, like spooky season is amongst us.
So happy.
Okay, good. Because this is going to cheer you up.
Great. That's what we need. That's what we need today.
So today I am diving into something that I am obsessed with. And if you have been listening, you know I love possessions. I
thought you were about to do a whole episode on this ACOTAR bullshit.
Imagine.
And I was going to be like, no.
Shut it down, Ashley. Imagine. And
all
then,
right, possession I can get behind.
So this isn't the type of thing that is a story that you guys don't know about, because this story is something most people know about, but they don't know the real story behind it.
Oh, I love these.
And this will take you down one of those holes that we know all too well about. And for me, anyways, I want our listeners to listen to what I have to say today. And I want to know what they think.
Matt is literally screaming at his stereo right now, being like, don't take her down another hole.
No.
Because I've been just down all the holes lately. He's like, Ashley,
stop. Okay. So friends, today, this beautiful first day of October, I want to talk to you about the movie Poltergeist. The 80s horror film about a classic suburban family who moves into a home. And the story goes, this entity starts almost like possessing their small child. If you don't know.
Sweetheart.
Yeah.
You got to put your glasses on. I know. Because this is the video we're getting. Okay. And I know you're going to be mad about it. Okay, sorry.
So for everyone who's just watched me put my glasses on, I'm trying really hard. I hate them. I hate my glasses. This was my fight when I was a kid, grade 2, throwing them across the room, my teacher picking them up. Anyways.
Being like, you can't see without these.
Here I am. Right. Okay.
Sorry.
So we've got the whole thing, Carol Ann whispering, they're here. It's just, I love Poltergeist. It's so good. But what if I told you the real curse wasn't on screen and that behind those cameras, the curse was on the actor's real life?
Like IRL? Oh boy. We're going IRL. Real today.
We're going so deep. And this, if you don't know the real story behind the filming and the actors, I want to tell you guys, because this is a real life horror film behind a horror film.
I'm invested. I'm ready.
Okay. Weird accidents, terrifying rumors, tragic deaths followed this movie. And the people in the movie after they were done film, like, this was literally one thing after another, after another. And some of the things they did on set were really fucking weird.
Okay.
And the question I want to pose to listeners, to you, Chantal, is, was the house itself cursed? Was it a prop they brought in that cursed this film? Was it one of the actors? Was someone fucking around? Like, what was going on?
It sounds like something for sure. Well, even the whole premise of the movie, like, that's taking a big risk.
100%. So let's start at the beginning.
All right.
Poltergeist dropped in 1982, directed by Tobe Hooper, and it was produced by Steven Spielberg. So this was like a major production.
Delicious.
Fucking love Steven Spielberg.
Mhm.
So basically, if you haven't seen the movie, it's about a suburban family, the Freelings, who move into a brand new house in California. Their dream home, everything is normal until boom, TV static. Do you remember
You're
that scene?
obsessed with TV
I
static.
love TV static. And toys are moving by themselves. And then little Carolyn gets sucked into the portal in her closet. So the house becomes the main character of the film, which is very, very, very unique, especially in the 80s, right? The main character
Mhm.
was the house.
Yeah.
It's this bright, ordinary suburban, but beneath it, in this story, it's built on top of a cemetery.
Ruh-roh.
So the history of the house in the film was that they didn't move the bodies, they just moved the gravestones. And that's the big reveal at the end of the movie. So I ruined it for everybody, but it's fine.
Gross.
Because the big reveal here isn't that.
Right.
Okay. But here's the thing. The film was shot in a real neighborhood. It wasn't a prop. It wasn't shot in a studio. It was literally in Angora Hills in Simi Valley, California. Agora Hills.
I thought you were going to say Seaman Valley, and I was like,
In
boy,
Seaman Valley, you're like,
in
that
Seaman
tracks,
Valley.
Ashley, that tracks.
You're like, this is horrifying.
I'm horrified. No, in Simi Valley. The house on 4267 Roxbury Street still stands. People still live in this house. They have lived in this house.
Okay.
So it's a house.
All right. So immediately I'm like, so it's not the house.
Now, people who have been inside this house,
Mhm.
even if they didn't realize at the time what this house was, felt a dark presence. Paranormal shows have gone in, but we'll talk about that later. This place is legit said to be haunted.
Creepy deaky.
Okay, so I want to get into some of the things that happened, what happened to people during filming, because it's the only way to kind of really lay this out for you. And I want to know your take on it because I'm intrigued.
You know I'm going to let you know.
Okay, so in one of the most famous scenes of this movie is when JoBeth Williams, she plays the mom, Diane, falls into a swimming pool during a storm.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, these muddy skeletons start floating up around her.
Mhm.
She filmed that fucking scene directly after they told her they weren't using fake props. There was no plastic, rubber, latex, nothing. She finds out as she's in this fucking scene, it's real human skeletons.
I'm sorry.
Yes, actual medical cadaver skeletons. They use them in this film. These are real dead bodies. Did you know that?
No.
So there's like the first thing that runs in my mind, right? So I'm like, you mean to tell me you took real ass dead fucking people, put them in this pool, put an actress in the pool to play a scene when she thought they were props, and then while she's in the scene, they let her know those are actually dead bodies. You can literally watch the scene, and once you know, you can go and watch the scene, and this girl is terrified and screaming, and they're bobbing in front of her, and there's all it's fucking horrific once you realize it's actually happening.
Okay, listen, Steven Spielberg, the shit. I would have sued so hard.
Right?
And do you want to know how weird I am? The first thing my mind went to was like, can you imagine? Like, I'd be afraid of a UTI. You're swimming with dead bodies. Can you imagine having to explain that to your doctor? They're like, oh, we'll send it off for bacterial analysis. And you're you're like, well, it's bodies. So I'm so disturbed.
So
that's
the
disgusting.
reason they used this was because they were cheaper than making realistic fakes.
Oh, good. They were like, you know what? They have a 2-for-1 down at
the cadaver store
office. What? Okay. I'm upset.
We got bodies piling up here. We need to
I'm already upset.
Yeah. So she was basically thrashing around in a pool of actual real corpses, screaming for her life.
Disgusting.
That's the first thing that strikes me as like, this could have done something. And honestly, people do say, if you go on Reddit, if you go on like forums, like this is a big thing. People are like, you don't mess with the dead for a fucking film.
Can you imagine? I'm sorry. Can you imagine you are ghost you
And I'm
and
like,
you find out that your body that you had on this earth
your meat
has
sack has
just
been
been thrown into a pool of jello, of brown jello, to be filmed in a film.
You know what would piss me off the most about something like that is like, you spent your whole life trying to make it in the industry. You die, and then all of a sudden you're like, hello.
You're in an A-list film.
Steven Spielberg hauls you from the Emmys office.
Mommy,
We're so stupid.
I can't.
Okay, so,
Shit.
okay, that was not the most fucked up thing, though, because, of course, we're not just going to say something like that and carry
That's
on.
startling.
Even before the things I'm about to share with you, the cast and crew said things felt very off. Jo Beth Williams, the girl in the pool, swore that when she'd go home every night after filming this fucking movie, every picture hanging on her walls were moved completely crooked. She would go around, straighten them, go home at night after filming, all the pictures are sideways.
That
So
creeps me out.
something's coming home with her.
Yeah. Yeah, that creeps me out like significantly. I don't like when they move things.
No, leave
Because
it
like
alone.
I've curated that the way I want it. Come in here and then you have like
Fuck with my
doubts and you're
shit.
like you have no confidence. You're like, wait, does that look better?
Yeah. Ruined my confidence. Fuck. Crew members said lights flickered randomly, cameras malfunctioned literally on the daily.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember in the movie that scene where the room spins upside down? So they built
Yes.
this. Yeah, they
Yes.
built
Yeah.
that set in like a rotating cube. So that was a set because they had to spin it like completely. But like the actors were like really banged up, hurt from that scene, and very sick afterwards.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I don't make films. Wouldn't it be easier to have the camera turn?
I think because it's the 80s though, and they wanted it, you know,
Or they wanted it to look real.
and real they did. They did a great job with that film. A
Sure.
little too good, I believe.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because the corpses were real, Chantal. There was no faking that.
I can't even get past that.
But like, so while this film is being made, it looks like movie magic, but behind the scenes, it is like dangerous. People are getting hurt. Things are unsettling. Everyone is feeling like off about it. But here's where the curse really sticks for me.
Okay.
Do you remember Dominique Dunn? She played the older sister, Dana.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
In the first Poltergeist.
Uh-huh.
Okay. She was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Talented. And she was only actually 22 years old when this movie came out. And it really threw her kind of into stardom because, you know, she did an amazing job at her role.
Mm-hmm.
Things were really looking up for her. But sadly, just after this movie came out, a few months later in October, her life was cut short in the most brutal way.
No
She
way.
had broken up with her ex-boyfriend, this guy, John Sweeney.
Okay. Of course.
John Sweeney.
Sweeney.
Who was super controlling. And I think he was like feeling very jealous of her success. Because all of a sudden she gets a role. She's a breakout, you know, she's breaking out into stardom.
Heaven forbid someone should do well.
Right? So instead of being excited for his girl, he became like super weird, controlling. They end up breaking up. And this one night she's at home rehearsing with her friend. She getting ready because there's 3 poltergeists, I believe. This fucking asshole Sweeney shows up at her place and they start arguing on the front porch and the friend is inside. All of a sudden her friend hears a bunch of smacks, thuds, and this weird gasping sound.
No.
This motherfucker strangled her right outside on her front porch to death.
Oh,
police show up. This asshole literally is kneeling over her, very calm, collected, cool guy, looks at the cops and he goes, I killed her. Like as chill as possible.
Okay, John.
Yeah, she did get put on life support. Like they really tried to
Aw.
do all the things, but unfortunately, she never woke up and she passed away. And here's the kicker, and this is going to piss you off, the trial.
Always the
It's
trial.
always the trial. Everyone thought, obviously, he's going to go down for murder. Like, he literally killed her on her
And
front
then said, "I
porch
killed her."
and said, I killed her. But he wasn't convicted of that.
Oh, no. Why would we do that?
He got voluntary manslaughter.
How?
I don't know. He got 6.5 years and he was out in 3.
He got
I think
6 he was out in 3 after
just
strangling
under
a
3.
woman?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Her family was shattered. They turned their grief into
Mm,
action. I was looking at, they still have, like, they're still pursuing this foundation.
okay. Well,
And
that's
her
good.
dad actually became a crime writer who covered trials after that. So it's very interesting to me. Her legacy lived on, but she didn't get justice. That's not fucking justice. Less than 3 years. Get the fuck out of here.
That's so weird to me.
Yeah. 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 So that was the girl who
Hmm,
played the sister.
interesting.
Then there's Heather.
Okay.
Heather O'Rourke, that cute little Carol Ann, the lead little girl in the movie. Do you remember
Yeah.
her?
Yeah.
Um, Heather was cast at 5 years old, and
Yeah.
she was in all 3 films, actually.
Aw.
But while she was filming the third one in 1988, her health actually just fully collapsed.
No.
Yeah, doctors misdiagnosed her for years. They thought she had Crohn's. They were giving her
Okay.
meds for the wrong condition. What actually was going on is she had congenital intestinal defect. So,
Oh, God.
yeah, so on February 1st in 1988, she woke up feeling very flu-like symptoms.
Mhm.
By the afternoon, she fully collapsed and went into cardiac arrest.
No.
Yeah, she was rushed into surgery, but it was too late. She was only 12 years old when she passed.
Uh, what?
She dies. She's a baby. So that's 2, but we're not done.
Ashley.
I'm telling you, this fucking movie, it's the craziest shit.
All right.
And okay, so I know that I said she died during filming, and if you watch the film, you will see her in it. They actually had
Mhm.
to finish the third Poltergeist without her. They used doubles,
A body double, yeah.
which is so eerie seeing her face on screen knowing she was already dead. Don't you find that eerie?
I I do.
Yeah, I do
But
too.
but I get it. Like, I too would be like, "We're almost done here.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can't change we can't redo all those scenes." Eeh.
Ugh. And this death shook Hollywood because she was just a
Of
baby and she
course,
was
she was
like
just a
one of those sweet little actresses. Like she's in a horror
she's so
movie.
cute.
Little badass girl. She's so cute.
Mhm. She's so cute.
Um, and that's when there was rumblings about the curse of Poltergeist. People are
Ooh,
like,
that's when they started being like, "Hold up."
yeah.
Mhm.
Julian Beck, who played the terrifying preacher Kane in Poltergeist 2, uh,
Okay.
developed stomach cancer while
Okay.
filming and died right after. Will Sampson, who was also in Poltergeist 2, died after going in for a routine surgery and died on the table. People were dropping like, could you imagine you're in Hollywood and you're like, I want to, make it in there like, hello, you've been cast into Poltergeist. And you're like, I don't think I will, but thank you very
I'd be
much.
like, "You know what? I really liked working as a waitress.
Yeah,
So,
I'm good.
I'm gonna pass."
So we have
Oh
4
my god.
major deaths, all tied to the same franchise, literally within just a few years. 2 from natural causes, but 2, like Dominique and Heather, were very sudden, very heartbreaking. But the natural
Okay.
causes, were they natural causes? Because I do believe dark entities, if pushed on you enough, can cause health problems.
Well, listen, a skeptic would listen to us and be like, "Oh my god, people die every day."
But what are the odds?
But we are not skeptics up in here.
No. We are the
Mhm.
believers. So then that's when the poltergeist curse really stuck. People were like, it's the
Okay.
poltergeist curse.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where the legend gets messy because people will swear up and down that the poltergeist house, the real one in Simi Valley, was built
Mhm.
on Native American burial grounds.
Ruh-roh.
And that was kind of the plot of the movie.
Okay. So, all
But
right. Okay. All right.
that is the twist in the film, that the suburban development was built on a cemetery
Mhm.
where the builders only moved the headstones, blah, blah, blah.
All right.
Okay. So the thing is, though, after deep diving into this and reading and looking, it was not built on a native burial ground. That's one of those myths people kind
Okay.
of blended into it later,
Okay.
but it is on Chumash land.
God, I hope we said that right.
I know.
How's
The
it spelled?
Chumash.
You did a great job.
Yeah. So the entire region surrounding this
Okay.
area is Chumash land.
Okay. Okay.
So it is indigenous territory.
Right.
Now, we don't fucking know where the line is. So, it wouldn't be a far reach for me because it's literally surrounded by Chumash land.
Mhm. Mhm.
That could it be considered sacred?
Oh, and this is just me, okay? Because this is kind of a fun episode. If I was an indigenous person back in whatever, 1700s, 1800s, and all of a sudden, there's all these people moving onto my land, would I throw a curse here and there to them and all of their children? Probably.
Maybe. What are you
Probably.
doing this afternoon? Let's curse these
I'm
motherfuckers. But that's what I mean. So, you
Uh-huh.
can't
Yeah.
ignore that the ground it sits on is obviously layered with deep history because this is
Yes. Yeah.
Chumash land
Yeah. Yeah.
surrounding it.
Yeah.
So, where do you draw the line with that?
Mhm.
And then fast forward to just recently,
Okay.
because the love of my life,
Oh boy.
Zach Baggins.
Oh,
Fucking so
Zachary.
sexy. And his Ghost Adventure crew, they went in just this past April. And this bitch was there for it. It was a good time. I had a glass of wine. Things were great.
And this bitch was there for it.
I was there for it.
Oh god.
And they decided to do a whole ass special on the Poltergeist house because a new owner had just bought it. She
Uh-huh.
hadn't started living in it yet, but she bought it. And I would too. But anyways.
Ash, are you moving into the poltergeist
Fuck
house that you
yes, I'm
just bought?
moving in. Fuck yes, I'm moving in.
You know what, though? You say that, you need to clear the ship by me because you say, fuck yes, I'm moving in. And then I'm the one you're calling at 2 o'clock in the morning when
Fair.
something went bump in the night.
Grab your sage and get the fuck over here. But yeah, I don't think things through. So that's why I have you.
No, you have to ask me first.
They actually, which I thought this was very, very great. And I do have a lot of respect for the Ghost Adventures crew over the years. I've seen them be very
Me too.
respectful. They actually did consult with tribal members before investigating, and some of
Good.
those tribal members wouldn't go in the house.
That's my immediate let's go. If I have a tribal member being like, you know
I'm not
what?
going in there.
I'm happy for you to be doing whatever it is you're doing in there. I won't be going in. I'd be like, I'm gonna just take a beat, have a
Yeah.
smoke, and think about this.
So they did interview an elder, and I watched the interview, and she was like, yes, I do believe there's a dark entity there and I will not be going there. But she was very, very sweet and very open to share their
Well,
beliefs.
yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it was because of the ground. It could have come from the set. And we can't really pinpoint it. When I was watching the Ghost Adventures episode, I was like, okay, this is it. He had a doll that was little Carol Ann. She used to play, not Carol Ann, sorry. I always call her Carol Ann. Okay, stop. We'll go back.
Okay.
Because I don't want to name Heather. Zach actually shows up to do this investigation, and he has Heather O'Rourke's doll that she used to play with in between filming. He purchased it.
That actually breaks my heart a little bit.
Yeah. So he shows up with that. They set it up. They bring their cameras, their equipment,
Mhm.
and what they reported. Now, I know Ghost Adventures is a little dramatic sometimes. They have a job to do to keep you entertained, and I understand that.
But also, just to interject here, hunting ghosts is pretty dramatic.
It is. It is.
Like,
But they actually brought in an old television set and set it up, and they used it as like a portal.
yes, I love.
And they did get voices and spirit responses coming through. So I thought that was really, really, really interesting to watch. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. It's really good.
I would vibe with that.
The energy in the house was constant, and the homeowner, she hadn't moved in yet, but every time she was in there, she would get dizzy, really nauseous. Something was like bearing down on her, almost like chills and sweats and
Yeah.
kind of a pulling sensation, like something was tugging at her.
Mhm.
And Baggins himself, even at one point, said it felt kind of surreal, like the lines between the film and reality were blurring.
Oof.
But he called this one the most intense of all of his. And
Okay.
like I've watched him do a ton. The kicker for me was the team uncovered parallels between the history of the house and the movie story, like past deaths connected to people who live there, creepy coincidences. So they were going through all this shit, and you're like, whoa, like it was like art imitating life, imitating art. It's very good.
How deep?
Yeah, 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 yeah. So when you layer, bodies, tragic deaths that don't make sense, a neighborhood with
Mhm.
deep ancestral history, does
Mhm.
this not make you wonder? Is Poltergeist just a made up story, or is it something more? Do you believe there could be a portal actually living in the Poltergeist house?
I think there's something up here.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily think it's the house, but I think some shit went down, and I think they pissed off some things
I
in the making of the
100%
film.
do. I do too.
And honestly, like, I have bad vibes about the pool full of bodies.
Like, what were
Like,
you fucking thinking?
I think that's playing with a fire
Yeah,
that they didn't know how to put out.
100%.
Because and without getting into, like, a whole thing, you can't fuck with that
Mm-mm.
unless you're protecting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Huge, big time, and I have a funny feeling they didn't, like, salt the tub or salt the pool or, like, do any kind of
No.
saging or do any kind of cleansing or do any kind of protection for the people who were around that, and you're those were people. Those were people!
It's just this movie, like I know this isn't a typical like slow burn, but to me, I just want to know, are there other people out there that think the
Yeah.
poltergeist curse is a real thing? And here's why I
Oh.
am so invested. When I bought my townhouse, when I lived back in the valley,
Yes, you've told us about this. Creepy deepy.
it was built on sacred land,
Yeah.
and it was haunted as fuck. And Poltergeist isn't the only story where people whisper about homes being cursed because they're built on sacred ground. And I want to give you a couple quick examples before we
Mhm.
go, because this isn't just a one off thing.
Nope.
There's a house in Houston called the Black Hope Curse, a whole subdivision, a whole fucking subdivision
They're all being haunted?
built right over an old African American cemetery.
Why are we doing this?
Start,
Who
pe-
is giving the permission for this to happen?
well, people start fucking digging in their yards. And what do you
Mhm.
think they're fucking digging up?
Yeah, I can only imagine.
They, okay, so a bunch of people swore their houses turned on them. People in that neighborhood were getting unexplainable, like unexplainable sicknesses to the point where
Mhm.
they were like constantly sick in this neighborhood. Electronics breaking, turning up, lights on, lights off, TVs blowing up, and people
No.
seeing shadows all over this fucking subdivision.
I'm immediately moving.
100%. But that's not all, because then in Colorado, there is this stone house. Locals
Okay.
say it's built on a native burial ground. And the story goes that the owner went completely fucking crazy, murdered his wife, threw her out a window, and literally People have driven past not knowing the folklore, saying they see a woman in the window trying to get out.
No.
And let's not forget about Virginia, Chantal,
Uh-huh.
the Bellevale, a
Yeah.
stately old home sitting on what was once a burial ground for the enslaved.
Uh-huh.
Folks say a young man's ghost paces under the cedar tree where he's buried, never resting, never quiet. So that, all these little stories, they could have been big stories, but I just wanted to give an example because maybe Poltergeist wasn't just a story. Maybe it was a warning.
Do you feel, and we talk about this all the time, that buildings hold memories?
Yes.
We talk about this all the time. This is why when you go off on your little adventures and you go to some antique store and you come home with a mirror, I'm freaking out because I'm like, you have to clean that. Objects hold memory.
Especially mirrors.
And this isn't woo-woo. Like, for those of you who are like, oh my God, I got to turn this off right now. There's actually like scientific study now showing on a whole bunch of different inanimate objects like crystals. Like, we always joke about the crystal girlies, like, oh my God, these crazy girls who are obsessed with these rocks. They there's proof now, like each stone, depending on what it is, amethyst, rose quartz, whatever, that it has different frequencies that affect your brain cells and the cells in your body differently. So this isn't woo-woo anymore. This is, we have to start actually looking at the science behind these things.
Absolutely.
And so if the crystal that I have on my shelf can have different frequencies, you mean to tell me that a whole ass house
Right?
doesn't hold some kind of energy or some kind of memory? Of course it does.
So that was my episode. I just wanted to talk
Thank
about the
you.
Poltergeist movie because it's a Halloween. It's the beginning of October.
I loved this. And it was a nice little break from all of our murder and crime.
Yeah.
And I like that. We
I
need
like
that
it
from
too.
time to time.
100%.
So, two things before we wrap up that I just want to cover. In our last episode, I said that I was going to post a video of Toby and Courtney in the elevator. The social media gods will not let me do that because it's too graphic.
Oh,
So
okay.
I have tried over and over again, guys. It's not going to happen. It shadow bans us every single time. So
Welcome to
I'd rather not
Canada.
do that. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And the last thing, guys, it is Triggered's 1-year birthday on October 31st this year.
I'm so excited.
And we are throwing you guys the most epic episode you've ever heard.
Well, let's hope it works out, unless the ghosties make it not happen. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're like, whoa, you're really...
Are we telling them? Are we telling them what we're doing?
We are going back to where it all started. Ash and I are going home. To the first haunted place that the Ottawa Valley was, you know, surrounded in this lore. As we grew up, it was this lore about this place.
Yeah.
And that place is Buck Hill.
Buck Hill, that was featured on Unsolved Mysteries because it's
That's
that
right.
intriguing.
It's pretty creepy. So stay tuned for that. We're so excited to be doing this. And
Chantel's
also
scared.
Slightly terrified. I'm terrified.
I'm pumped for this.
Every time I go, and I don't want to get into it right now because we'll tell you guys the actual story when we get up there. But every time I go to this place, something freaky deaky happens.
I know.
And I get upset. I cry.
I'm quite excited because I feel like there's no bad thing that can happen. Because if we capture something amazing, our podcast friends from all over the world get to experience our terror. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Okay.
If we die up there, our podcast goes down in history as those two stupid bitches that died on Buck Hill. So there is no losing. Everyone wins.
We're not losing. Everybody wins in this game. I can't. I'm done. Anyway, we're so excited, guys. We have a whole bunch of fun things coming in October because it's literally our favorite month ever.
Oh, so pumped.
So thank you so much for your story. Thank you for listening. And we will see you all on Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.